number going up, up, and up. It's fantastic. And at the end of the session, in the middle or beginning of the session, I always see the number, and it's really interesting and thrilling that, oh my God, it's 200 today. Or every time we just try to see that what's going to be the biggest number in this session. Now, is this session going to be the one with the biggest number of attendees today? So, yes, let's see what it happens today. Once again, good evening, everyone. Welcome, everyone, everybody who's joining. Always a pleasure to have you all. We already have our presenter here, and we already have the representative from the Library Solutions and the Central Books, Anirudh over here. Anirudh, if there is anybody else joining from your team, please do let me know so that I can also tell about them.
No one yet. No
Uh,
one.
and we will quickly, very soon, start the session. Before that, Anirudh will give us a closer look into Central Books, and I'll give you quick introduction about what this series is about and about Librarian, and then about our fantastic dynamic presenter Shivani Jariwala today, and then we'll begin the session. We'll just wait for another 2 to 3 minutes before we begin the session, and while other librarians are joining from across the country, and before we forget, and before the time is running out towards the end of the session, wish you all, each and everyone out there, a very happy Women's Day for tomorrow. Our Anirudh has reminded us, because I totally forgot, but it's Anirudh who wished us, and me and Shivani, the presenter. And so I thought I might as well take this remembrance or a simple recall given by him and wish you all, each and everyone out there, a very, very happy Women's Day. Thank you, Rita. Wish you the same.
Yeah, happy Women's Day to you also, to everyone
Yes, absolutely.
present here, all the girls. I will not say ladies, I will say girls.
I think most of us are open to accept late. And we will definitely take a nice picture at the end of the session, like
Sure, sure, sure.
all our scenes flashing our beautiful smiles and faces, the learning of today and the proudness of tomorrow.
Hi, good evening, everybody.
Hey, good evening,
This
Deepthi.
is Preeti, yes. Nice to see you.
Nice to. Yes, absolutely, as always.
What makes a library truly alive? It's not just the books, it's the people behind them. In collaboration with the Lifelarian Association, we are launching Library Excellence Talks, a year long series of 54 interactive sessions designed to inspire, connect, and empower librarians across India. Each session is a free webinar open to all educators and librarians with e-certificates provided for participants. Together, let's reimagine how libraries learn, share, and grow. Library Solutions. Smarter libraries, stronger learning.
Well, we have almost more than 40 participants here, and I guess it's 5 o'clock, so it's a good time to start. And once again, a very, very warm good evening to each and everyone who has joined today for this fantastically engaging learning session brought to you by, of course, Central Books in form of Library Solutions. This is such an extraordinary series. This is our 31st session out of the 54 entire session series that is being sponsored by Central Books. And it's in collaboration with Librarians. And before I begin and tell you about Librarian, my name is Amrita Kivlekar Jain, and I am based in Muradabad, Uttar Pradesh, and I am part of the Librarian team. So, Librarian, you all, many of you must be part of Librarian, and some of you may not be. So, towards the end of the session, I'll send a registration form. If you are not part of this group, please ensure to be, because Librarian is not just a community where people connect or talk on WhatsApp group, but it's one amazing, strong network, and it's a network, a platform of opportunities where librarians from across the country share their practices, share their ideas, their experience, and your day to day working and your results get better with that. And it's not, there might be many librarians group or communities across the country, but Librarian is the only community that offers professional development programs that actually upgrade your skill and yield results directly, soon, immediately, immensely in your library space. So it's not just any community, but it's like a LinkedIn of our librarians, which empowers all of us by being together and by helping each other with our experience and skills. So with that, that is Librarian. Librarian is a community for librarians from IB schools, IB board. Whereas similarly to Librarian, there is another sub part of Librarian which is called Library Matters, and that is a community for librarians from the CBSE group. So if you are a IB librarian, you can join the Librarian. If you are a CPC librarian, you can join the another group, Library Matters. So I will share both the links. If you are not part of it, please sign up for it and be part of it so that you can benefit more and more from the daily updates. Well, today is the 31st session. We have our fantastic presenter here, and there she is, Shivani Jariwala. She is a PYP school librarian. She has immense experience and she's currently working at Fountainhead School. And her specialty is creating engaging, student centered library environments that inspire a love of reading and a love. Shivani, such the name of your session. I just can't yourself before we begin the session. This it's all over to you, Shivani. Welcome.
Thank you very much, Amrita and Library Solutions, Librarian. Thank you very much. I'm very excited. I have been thinking about a lot of things that what am I going to share with every one of you. And I've got so many ideas. And I mean, our school, we keep, think about certain things, how to, make it very engaging for parents and students and teachers, for everyone. So here I've got this opportunity to present the ideas that it can benefit everyone. So thank you, everyone. Um, I think let's start with the session, Library Alive. Yes, how to make our library very alive. The persona that a library always has is everyone keeps shushing everyone. It's only reading, right? And I don't believe in that. Library has to be alive. And I'm very sure that all of you must be have the same thinking, have the same similar experiences when you would be taking up certain events with you. But how can we make it alive? How can we make it very engaging for students and teachers and also for parents? Actually, I'm going to show that to you. So welcome everyone to library in this session where I talk about creative events. About me, a quick introduction about me. I'm a PYP teacher librarian at Fountainhead School. I'm a foodie. I love to experiment with food. I love to cook. I love watching movies. Yes, a lot of movies. And of course, I'm an avid reader. I always read, and not only books actually. When someone says when you're reading books, you should keep reading a lot of articles, newspapers, what's going around in the world, right? So the definition of a reader is huge, it's wide. So I think I can say for myself that I am a reader. I'm an avid reader. I keep reading every now and then. So yeah, that's about me. That's me. Hi. Um, all right. So for today's session, I'm going to keep it very small. Yet the agendas are very small, but the ideas are brimming. So first, let's break the ice. Let us know each other. I just want to know where you're coming from. What ideas do you have? What background knowledge do you have about events? Followed by events for students, and why not for teachers? Why only for students when why not for teachers? So like the arrow for teachers too. And together, we are going to brainstorm some ideas. What else can we do? How else can we make it creative? So, yes, all of you, can I please request you to write some of your favorite library moments in the chat box? Something that you have, maybe some book presentation, there was some Lit Fest event, and you had a very lovely interaction with kids, or maybe their response, something that it was a aha for you. Please write it in the chat box. What was it? And we want to hear that out. Oops. And I cannot see the chat. Okay, here.
I'll tell you, Shivani, no issues. Bhanumati says she has got one of the best is author's visit in her library. Swarna says read aloud for kids. And I'm sure there are others who are typing in. And then we have Asma, who said that she had this activity where she had performed the tales on the stage. Then we have Anjana, who wrote book hospital activity. Wow, that's interesting. And then we have Aurora. She's written RBB story writing competition, author study, and role plays. Then we have Asma again, scavenger hunt. We have Monisha celebrating the Chinese New Year. And Momita says love letters to the library. Oh my God, I've done that. It's crazy. Has to hold them.
I'm going to take some ideas.
We have
I am definitely going to
Arvi
take some
Chauhan.
ideas from here. Sorry.
That's what it is. I mean, it's learning for everyone. Library book fair, madam. Okay, readers theater, Harry Potter day celebration, book reviews in multilingual languages and translation in English. Talented 100 program in library. Talent Hunt program. That's Dr. Sangeeta. Rita says international collaboration. Malar Vizi, a discussion of books about favorite characters and favorite books. Women's Day celebration for teachers by Samriddha.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
week. So yeah, so many amazing. Wow.
So many things. I am definitely going to take some ideas. If you don't mind, I might, please give me. I hope you have the transcript of the chat, right? You can please share it with me. I do want to take it up in our library. So yes, thank you. I'm very sure that you will find a lot of similarities, because I did have some of the events kept in my slides. So yes, thank you very much for writing that down. Um, Now, before we actually start with, what ideas we can come up with, what are the events that for students and teachers, um, Amrita or they're just going to quickly put the poll. What's your biggest challenge in planning library events? So is it low involvement of students, lack of resources, low budget, time constraint, insufficient manpower, lack of ideas? And if you have selected others, please feel free to write it in the chat box.
Shivani, can you see the poll or do you want me to tell you
Yes,
the
I can see. I can see the poll. Yeah, we'll keep it for like 1 minute. Low involvement of students. Yeah. Low budget can be time constraint. Okay. I'm going to make sure that I address certain, at least it is some of it so that you can, figure out how we can make the event very successful. Okay, we keep it for 10 seconds more.
Yes.
Yeah. Maximum was 24% time constraint. Yeah. Low, followed by low involvement of students.
फ्री है पैसा वाला नहीं है ये फाउंटेन हेड वाली है
Can we?
I'll mute whoever by mistake turns on the.
Okay.
Don't worry. And I think, yeah, we have the response.
All right. So most of you, majority is time constrained. Yeah. Where do we get the time from, and how can we, integrate the events with the library curriculum? That is the biggest challenge, followed by low involvement of students. How creatively we can plan that we can involve them, like catch hold of their attention. So insufficient manpower, lack of ideas. All right. Thank you very much. And I ended the poll. Share result. Okay. I think I did. You were supposed to do it, Amrita, but then I did it. Uh, okay. So I'm going to stop sharing now.
Yes. Should I close the poll?
I did it.
You can
Is it
on the screen. Yeah,
is it there?
I've just done it. Go ahead, Shivani. All yours.
Okay, thank you very much. So let's keep these challenges in mind, and while at present, keep those challenges and see how we can integrate certain things in our planning, in our curriculum, and when we find the time, when should the event be planned. So my next is event for students. Why do we need events in the library? I think, yes, to build a culture of reading, that's the primary reason. We do want students to have utmost literacy, reading, writing, that culture of reading, and that empowers them to create their own opinions, to think, to differentiate between what is right, what is wrong. And I think that majority of that comes when the child is proficient in reading, in comprehending certain level of text, right? And also, of course, it's a great way to involve parents, not only students and teachers, but parents are another target. I think the maximum learning happens from home. So if parents are equally involved, there is a holistic development of children. It builds excitement in students and teachers. Yes, events are always amazing. Who wouldn't love to, be part of the event and organize it? Students, they always look forward to it. And of course, it instills values, and it that makes connection, the local and global connection, the cultural awareness in one. Not only students, but all of them, all the stakeholders of the school, if we are involving every one of them. So yes, that is why events in library are very important, because we are the source of the knowledge, the hub of knowledge, where I think that we can help school build up all of these good values, local and global cultural awareness in them. So yes, that's the reason for why do we need events in library. Okay, this is something that I go by. This is my patthar ki lakhir. If I have to, if I'm creating any event, we always go by this. Before you plan anything, you have to think. Think about the purpose. तुम्हारा purpose क्या है? Why do you want to create that event? Think about the target audience. Do you want to target children? And if it is, what level of children? Do you want to target grade one students? You want to target one entire program or whole school? Do you want to target specific teachers, and what kind of teachers? So your thinking over here should be very clear. You should have that clarity of purpose, and whom do you want to involve in the event. Think about the timeline. I think timeline, we got to know that it's a challenge for a lot of us. It's a challenge for us too. That time, where do we find the time for the event? Think about it. Do we want that particular event in the beginning of the year? Do we want to calendar it so that, we inform the people, the leadership in the school beforehand, that this is something that we are going to go ahead with? So timelining it is very important. Something that you can keep in mind is also, you can collaborate with the curriculum, not only the library curriculum, but also with the homeroom curriculum. Collaboration, whom do you want to collaborate with? Is it teachers? Is it a leadership team? Parents, schools, within your school, outside the school, right? So keep all of those criteria in mind, and you should always have a success criteria. At the end of the event, what do you want the result to be? Is it that the avid readers, they enhance their, for them it's the challenging, they are able to decode the challenging text, or for the, reluctant readers, at least they start picking up the book. So your success criteria, you should have your success criteria with you. So this should always be your SOP, your line, where if you're creating any event, any sort of library event. Moving to next, let's start with a classic one. It's one of our favorites is Dear Time and World Read Aloud Day. How do we do that in our school? We always collaborate with whole school program. Since it's an IB school, we have early years, primary years, MYP and DP. We involve everyone with them. And not only the academics part, but also the admin and the support staff for Dear and Read, especially for Dear. Read Aloud Day, we all also encourage admin to, bring in their ideas, or maybe just pick up the book. We pull out the books for them. So if you want admin or apart from that support staff, you have to pull out the books for them, otherwise they wouldn't know. Unko nahi pata chalega the what books to take, what kind of books do they want to read aloud to them, or what do they want to read. So you pull out the books, keep it ready. It's If you keep things ready, it's less work for them. We are making it less work for them, so we are making it very inviting, and otherwise they wouldn't want to keep coming to library, or they don't want to participate with that enthusiasm, that the way you want to create it. So pulling out the books for students and teachers is one way. Involve parents. This is something that we have done with Dear and Read Aloud, that you can always involve parents. You can create a note, create a communication, send it out to roll it out to parents, and tell them that this is the time, this is the day, this is how it will look like. Give them the proper explanation, give them the objective of it, and involve parents. It's like selling it to them. Come, be the part of the event. And we know that how it benefits school, and it benefits children and parents altogether. So, yeah. For Dear and Read Aloud Day, we always calendar it. We know that Read Aloud Day comes around in February. We just recently got to do like completed that event, and we keep it calendar. We know that this event, just like any other event, जैसे annual function होता है, जैसे कोई sports day होता है, like Read Aloud and Dear is a fixed event for us, and we involve whole school for that, for if in this event. And making whole school space available. We just do not want um doing certain events in the classroom or in the library. I can see something on the screen.
Oh, somebody, I guess by mistake, notated. I'll just request everyone to please turn off your annotation so that automatically yes, there you go.
Okay, so making whole school available. I'm going to show some pictures. You see these pictures over here. See students reading newspaper. We make not only books, but reference books, newspapers, magazines, something that they have brought from home. We make it available to them so that it does not stop their reading. And we do not want them to, set their thinking in certain way, or set their options, limit their options. So you can see there are teachers over here. These teachers, not only homeroom teachers, but one of them is from arts department, and on your right you will see sir, he's from PE department. So everyone is involved, and as you can see, we utilize every part of the school. So this space over here, it's for Read Aloud, for some different activities apart from classroom. So you can also take it up in the garden, if you have, in the play area. So making the school space available. This is World Read Aloud Day that we have taken. Like I said, that we pulled out the books for them, and we categorized it for grade 1 and 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6. So it's very easier for students. And what we did was, we created the sheet, we allotted. We told them that these teachers are going to do for grade 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We did buddy read aloud. So for the first 20 minutes, the one teacher will read. For the next 20 minutes, another teacher will read. And again, they can read anything. Even they can read magazines and newspapers. So that's fine. As long as they are reading aloud to them, having interaction with students listening, completely involved, that is what the objective is. So, like you see, so that's for World Read Aloud Day and Dear. Okay, so another event that we have for students is monthly events. This is something that we used to do before. Every month has a shout out event. Like for July, we have authors gathering. So we all the authors their birthday is coming in July. Okay, we make a list of those authors and then we, celebrate those authors. But not only them, of course, we do add a little bit of more authors as well, which I will definitely show you in the coming slides. August is Independence Day. So collaborating with, homerooms, how and the events of other events of the school, Independence Day. January is Festival of Harvest, and December is Christmas kindness. Okay, so how did we do authors gathering? So we have a lot of different activities. We have one of the activities was crossword. So we created the crossword and, very basic about the authors, like you can see name of the fruit from Lauren Child's book. And then they would know. And if they don't know, at least they will start picking up the book. That is what we want, right? And about authors, about their about their the characters that they are known for, like their theme that they are known for. So we create crosswords. There's this one game that we played with them, that is flip to know the author. So we hung like photographs of authors and they have to identify. So I mean, of course, the backside of it, and we wrote the details of it. And then they have to read and they have to identify who that author is. And then when you turn it, and you will get to know the author's picture and the name. So you know the author through their description, through the books that they have written. And this one is it's a fun game. Who am I? Like, instead of pictures, we write it in writing. So who am I? I'm an author as well as an illustrator, right? So that's Oliver Jeffers. We give them the hint, right? And of course, we do help them. In fact, we encourage students to help each other because they are completely involved in reading the books. So they always help each other out in finding. So what you can do is, you can have a dedicated class, or if you have no time in the class, what you can, in the beginning of the session or end of the session, you pull out those 10 minutes or 5 minutes for them to complete these activities. So that's how, you can include time, even if you can't find that dedicated time in the curriculum, but at least in your slot towards the end or the beginning is how you can complete these activities. So that's for authors gathering. We have Independence Day. We celebrated this through fun fact quiz. So we gave them a lot of clues and clues, and they had to complete the quiz through the books. So like you can see, we gave them the page number and we gave them the list of books. They have to find the book, they have to go to the page number and then complete the quiz. That's how they start picking up the book and they start reading it as well. Independence through books, and we display array of all sort of books which the theme the shouting out theme is independence and freedom and about constitution, about our India. And then while they are borrowing, we tell them to, you can take those books for borrowing. Another one was display definition of independence. I think when I said in the beginning that, we want our children to have opinions about, have understanding, and opinions only come from when they have certain knowledge, when they are exposed to a lot of different experiences and knowledge. One way to do that is how their heroes, their role models, what do they think of independence or what do they think of certain things? So I think someone's writing again. Give them book. So what you can display the definition of independence, how or any other event that you are taking up. This is just one example. What do they think of independence? So yeah, that's that for Independence Day. Now, how can you do Festival of Harvest? So sadly, I have no pictures of this one, but I do want to talk about that. We had books on festivals. We put it again for borrowing. We had word search.
I'm so sorry to disturb you, but I request whoever is by mistake annotating on the screen, could you please undo it, because it's going to be there forever every time the next slide comes up. I'm sorry, Shivani, to disturb you like that in the middle of the session, but I think it might disturb you, so I had to take this. I request whoever has by mistake.
Hello, Ms. Shivani, you can always, disable the annotation from your end.
There you go.
Yeah, exactly. You can do it, Miss Amrita also.
You are
You
the
can do it by your
administrator,
hand.
so yeah, please do it
All
yourself.
right.
Nobody else will be able to scribble across.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Monisha.
All right. I have to find out the way to do that.
While
Oh,
you
but yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Amrita. Uh, Festival of Harvest, match the image with correct information. So we keep the pictures of those festivals and we give the information of it and then match the following. So we keep it on a huge board, right? We use colorful strings and then every class comes in, they complete the activity and then they go to another one. We also have word search and crosswords for it and books on festivals. We make sure that every event that we take it up in the library, we decorate it. And I'm going to show it to you in the following slides. Christmas kindness. Yes, kindness sheet. We give out the kindness sheet to students. We roll out communication to parents and teachers that how they can complete the kindness sheet. And after they are done with it, they submit, they share it with each other. And we have a huge board where they write their act of kindness, something that they want to share it with someone. They with their friends, with their teachers, and we display it. So people moving around, people going in, going out of the library, they see what act of kindness students have shown. So that's through gratitude board, and of course, books on kindness. We make sure that every book related to the events, we keep it for display. We keep it open for students to borrow. Yes, here you can see the pictures. You see, we have a designated spot for it. We do create that designated spot for it so that they know that this is the month's event and they have to pick up from that section. We also keep it like students. We give them some activities. We roll out that something if you want to do about independence, you want to draw something about it, you want to create posters. You're most welcome to submit it in the library and we display it and students completing crosswords and word search. Okay. All right. Another event and one of my favorites. I think all events are my favorites, but again, another favorite event is reading challenge. Um, in our school, how do we do the reading challenges? 3 months. We tell them, and that is always in term two, because in our school we feel that term two is where the other events and they do not mostly clash. The events which are in homerooms and in PE in arts, they're mostly there in term one. There are less of it in term two, and that is why we keep that in timeline. That I think that was the challenge we were talking about. हमें कब लेना है? So we make sure that we try to align with we talk to a lot of different team leaders before deciding the timeline, and then we roll it out to students beforehand. So we tell them that it's a 3 months challenge. You in across this 3 months you have to read 8 books. We give them the list of books. We tell them these are the compulsory books, not any book that you want to take, not like any other reading challenge, but these are the compulsory ones we want them to read. Because over here for the reading challenge, our objective is for our school, our objective is that first the reluctant readers, at least through this challenge, they'll start taking up the book and build up on their comprehension. For the challenging ones, when they'll be in the qualifiers and finale, right, they would have some certain set of questions, challenging questions that they would have to answer. So 8 books that they have to read across the in this 3 months, and they would have to sit for prelims. Prelims would be, we keep it mostly pen and paper based, like every other examination, and certain set of students, they qualify for the qualifier rounds. Again, in the qualifier, out of that set of students, only 5 would go to finale round, and first, second, we you know, to okay. I am I audible now?
You are
I thought that all of you stuck.
small freeze.
Okay, my bad. Okay. How do we keep this reading challenge alive is that we keep interactive sessions. So the 8 books for each grade, grade 1 to grade 6, we have certain activities on them, and they would have to complete those activities. Either you can do it like this: you give them activities for them to do it back at home. They submit it to us, right, and we display it in the library. Or what we can do is that we ask them to do, to gather in the library one slot, and we discuss those books, because them reading by themselves, we don't know whether they are understanding or not. We are assuming that they are understanding, but we want them to scale up in their comprehension. So we ask a certain question, we create certain activities like this, and there is interaction. We discuss the elements of those books with them. So that is how we keep it alive. We give them reminders. We ask a student committee, to spread awareness about this reading challenge. That's how we involve other part of the teachers and the students too. So that's for reading challenge.
I have a question. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah. Can I just complete this
Oh, okay.
students part, and then I'll take up the question?
All right.
Right? Okay. Okay, so we have literature carnival. We for our lit fest, we have 2 segments. One is author interaction and one is engaging activities. With author interaction, we call not only authors but storytellers. We call writers. We call illustrators, right? And we have a session, and here we again involve everyone from early years to PYP. Last year, we involved the entire school, and there we collaborated with grade 11 and 12 students, where they took up the initiative, creating certain activities. Whereas the back end and, the communication with authors and storytellers, we did it on our part. But, so certain roles and responsibilities were divided among students, teachers, and library team. So, everyone over here gets chance to, upscale their skills, and in fact, students too. And with the collaboration, the target is that it's fun. It's having fun, okay, around the books, knowing stories. So we have author interaction and engaging activities. Uh, we have a lot of engaging activities. I was able to keep only these many, like for now. A book illustration boot camp. So because our cohort is huge, we make sure that how to manage this cohort. So what we did was that as per the first come first basis. So any students who want to do book illustration, they'll come to that section, to come to that class, okay, and for the first 20 minutes they'll do this, and then the second one they'll go to the poetry in motion. Likewise, they choose 2 activities that they want to do it, and these are the activities: book illustrations, poetry in motion, readers theater, tell a tale, something that they come up on the stage or do it in front of everyone. Here's the scoop: it's an interesting activity. So any story, any poetry, but then they have to act it as if they are the reporter, right? So the elements, the elements of how you actually formally present something is that aspect of it. Here's the scoop: we had fractured fairy tales, poetry, and rhymes. We give them the some. Books available to them, right? In the class also they have the books, they take it up and then they fracture it. So not only fairy tales, poetry, and rap, they can also continue. The story goes on the after of it. Let's make a storyboard and comic strip. So this is one: creating storyboard, comic strip, and step inside. So step inside is another fun activity where students who they just step into the character's shoes, and they present their dialogues, they present the story from their point of view. Like let me give you one example. So we know that Snow White and 7 Dwarfs. So the student would not put himself in the Snow White shoe, but in one of the Seven Drops shoes, and how he sees Snow White and the story. So that is Step Inside. So that's for Literature Carnival. And this Literature Carnival, we move it around, we make sure that we take it where, because it's a fun event. So in the beginning of the year or towards the end of the year. Right. So again, you can keep in mind that where do you want to take it? If students are very exhausted, with a lot of different activities and curriculum, so you can keep certain events like this towards the end. So they end the year with this fun event. We also have international mindedness and book presentation. Very extensive international mindedness is a core element of IB, and we create and as a in library, how do we want to promote international mindedness in collaboration with homeroom? Is we focus on these three parts: multilingualism, intercultural understanding, and global connection. Um, uh, and then the activities and the agenda around these three would be different for different grades. For example, for grade 1, we invite parents, grandparents, and storytellers, or relatives or other teachers, okay, who do the storytelling in their mother language, right? For grade 2, we did the traditional games. We played traditional games with them. So s- uh, students or teachers, they can bring their traditional games. We have designated space where they play, something that their parents and grandparents have played. That's how they did it in grade 2. Celebrating diversity through understanding. Okay, this is where students over here, they talk about their culture. So we also in where I come from, it's mainly they talk about Gujarati, Marwadi, Punjabi culture, but there are students who talk about Tamil culture, Kannada culture, and they present that. So they talk about motives. They talk about their family relation, some rituals, right? Again for grade 3, for grade 4, 5, and 6. Okay, for grade 4, this is very interesting. We think that culture, when we talk about culture, it is just not about food or what clothes do they wear, but it is also about appreciating and accepting nature around us. So we went for forest bathing. We went to our farm. We have a huge farm where um, this farming is happening, and then we sat there. We appreciated the nature. We invited an expert who knows birds and plants and trees, and we took up the session with them. So nurturing compassion, not only through understanding culture but also through understanding the nature around us. For grade 5, we had proverb and cultural stories. So every culture have their own set of proverbs, um, their idioms, and this is what we did that with grade 5. And book presentation is another one. So it's book talk, book retell, and book review. We twice in a year, in term 1 and term 2, we take up this presentation where students choose the book by themselves, and the celebration of their reading is through book presentation. So for grade 1 and 2, they talk about the book talk. We give them the criteria. For grade 3, 4, it's for grade 3, it is 2 and 3, it is retail, and then for 3 and above, it is book review. Okay, so that's for students, and I would stop here to take questions before I move to events for teachers.
So,
Yes, ma'am.
can I request you to take me back to the reading challenge slide? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I wanted to understand more details, like who decides the 8 books, and who procures those books? The child procures themselves, or you provide those copies? Because I'm sure not all parents believe in buying those 8 books. You know, not
Right.
everybody understands that, yeah, we must go ahead in buying those 8 books, whether the child will read or
Absolutely,
not.
absolutely.
So I wanted
Yeah.
to understand this.
Yeah, so answering to your first question, that who decides? So we librarians decide.
So
We
you take
Because
approval from your coordinators, or you go solo in deciding?
We do. Our coordinators, they do believe, that we are the best judge of, picking out the right books for them. But however, we do show it to them that this is something that we are going to go ahead with. If they have any other ideas, we are welcome. They're welcome to pitch in authors or certain books. So the decision lies with the library. However, of course, in approval with the leadership team. And addressing your second question, if they
Yeah.
are when we tell students and parents to arrange the book for themselves, what and how do we help them? We give them links, and not only Amazon links, but all sort of links which are available where we can find. We create the sheet, we put the
PDF
links over
also we
there.
can share.
Yeah, if we have the PDFs available, which mostly are not the case, but if it's a picture book for grade 1 and 2, I think we can make it available. But if it is available online, what else we do is we collaborate with the book shops around us. So we tell them that, provide these books to parents. We give them the numbers to them. So this is how they arrange the books for them. So, I mean, this is how we support them, because we don't want them to, stop reading. Why? Because they don't want to buy the book. So how do we encourage them is
But
that
I
we help them
feel
in these ways.
this becomes challenging for us. I mean, we can share the links of the books, and we suggest buying 8 books for 3 months, but parents don't really go with it. This is a
Yeah. So
challenge.
if that's the case, you might want to, like decrease the number of books, or, you can decide. You get
Then
to
it is not
decide
a
what
reading
number of
challenge
books you
now
want
if
to
I
read.
bring it down. Or
Yeah.
something that can
It's
be worked out is making it available in the library.
absolute.
So
But then
this,
because our cohort is huge, so it's a
yeah, exactly
little
same here.
difficult. So that's for that. What we can do is, Dipti ma'am, I'll just continue. I'll complete this part, and I'll take now all the questions together towards the end, if that's okay.
Sure.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so events for teachers, I believe that it's event should not only for students. We teachers, especially if someone tells me that I'm not part of this wonderful events, I'm like, no, that's not done. So for teachers, how do we do is that we have teacher reading program. Like me, like our library team, where there are a lot of avid readers who loves to, teachers who loves to pick up books and read. And we believe that role modeling starts from home, but also starts from classroom. If the teacher is picking up the book and reading, I'm very sure that a child will definitely pick up, because the teacher would start talking about it. Once teacher starts talking about the book, students, it grabs their attention, and they start picking up, and then they start talking about it, and then we know the benefit of it. And that's, we want them to have the better comprehension, the best comprehension, to decode any difficult text that come across them. So for teacher reading program, what do we have is that every month we have different programs for them. In month of January, we took up this book bingo. We gave them this criteria, which you can see in the middle of the picture. The slide, the picture in the middle, that is like they read learner profile. They take one book, and on any learner profile, they write the book name, the reflection, author name. We create the criteria. So feel free to create the criteria as per, what is the need for teachers. Uh, that's for January. For February, we had this quirky factoid. They read any reference book, magazines, reports, okay, blogs. Online resources are also okay for them. And then they do the reflection. We create the sheet, we give it to them, they reflect. And it's not students, teachers who completed, this is how we appreciate them. We create the poster, we keep it in the library. So students coming in, going out, they see their teacher. And we have seen, ma'am, आपको देखा है मैंने, did you complete this book? आपने ये वाली book complete की? Will you tell me about what is the book on? Such conversation starts happening. And that's when you know that you have hit the target. So appreciating teachers is also very important, because and not only teachers, of course, students too, that if you do not appreciate their work, their attitude towards picking up, I mean, I think we all humans go by, if we are being appreciated, we want to do certain things more. So appreciation is a part of every event. For another activity is book tasting and scavenger hunt. It's just not sometimes we collaborate, like we integrate both of it together, or we can do it separately. Book tasting is that, we become the chef, we give them a lot of books, but you get to decide what sort of books you want to keep it. So let's say that since it's an IB school, sometimes our book tasting is about unit books. So we give them the unit books to taste, because then, that helps them to develop their understanding about the unit, about the subject. For PE teachers and for art teachers, we give them the workbooks, very important workbooks that they can take out the information, they can build up their knowledge, or non-fiction books on sports and arts. This is something we give them to specific department. This is just one example. For scavenger hunt, we create a sheet like this, right? And then that is how they know the library. If teachers know the library, they are the best to help the students in finding the right book for them. So through scavenger hunt, we take up this event for teachers. All right. So yes, this is for teachers. I wanted to brainstorm some ideas, but I'm open to taking questions now. I'll take up some few questions, and then what we can do is we can write down certain things that, how can we modify this, or maybe how it suits your library, it suits your curriculum or school. How do we want to take up certain events? And I'm also open to taking up ideas from you guys. Any questions, anyone?
Tell you the 3 questions which have been already shared in the WhatsApp chat box. So I haven't written the names, but you just hear to the questions, please. What is done before author visit?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that again?
What are the activities done before author visits?
Before author visits? Okay, so the books that's written by the author, we tell them, this is something that we initially tell them, that these are the authors who are going to visit us. So we expose them to a lot of these books which are available in our library. But if it is not, then what we do is, after the author visit, we make it available to them. And the best part is that you can include those authors' book in the reading challenge or in the Lit Fest. That's how, you can take up one learning to another one. This is what we do in our school.
Also, I would like to add something, just a suggestion.
Yeah.
So when there's an author visit planned, I, as a librarian, tell all the teachers to engage with the children in the class, talk about the author, and already, and form some meaningful questions to be asked during the interactive time. It's better to be ready with meaningful questions rather than just asking who inspired you, how many books have you written, so keeping being ready with the nice questions is all. It also reflects the culture of the school.
That's true, Dipti.
Right.
Lovely. Okay, the next question, Shivani, is how can we monitor the reading challenge?
We can partially do that. Honestly, there is no way we would know if there are activities involved. There is no way we would know that, if the child has done it with authenticity. But what we can do is we can see the answers. Because the 8 books that we are talking about, we know the book because we have read it. So while going through the answers, we might not go through everything, but at least the few answers we know, and we pick out and we see that, oh, are they talking about the elements? Are they talking about the correct elements of the book? Do you see that the storyline which is in the book, it is matching as per the activity, right? So that's how you know about that. Second, because we are going to have prelims, qualifiers, and the finale, we want them to read those books, right? And only through we can only get to know their understanding if they are able to correctly answers. So we make the questions a little easy and challenging for them. So that's how we do it.
One question here. So do you monitor
Yeah.
it solely yourself, or the teachers also support you here? The classroom teachers.
No, this is something that we are three librarians.
Acha.
It's
But still, it's too
difficult for
much on
we
your plate then.
Yeah, and since we have a huge cohort and three librarians, so we do not expect. But what we do is with their responses, this is what we do with grade. So this year when we did the reading challenge with the activities, we made the criteria for ourselves. So beginning, the four criteria is beginning and developing, achieving, and the fourth one, which is in the middle, I forgot about that. So when we look at their work, we see, oh, this is a beginning level of work, I think we should accept it, right? And if it is below beginning, we call the student, we tell them this is not an acceptable answer, this is something that you need to rework on, and we tell them. So there is feedback also given to them. Yeah, it requires a lot of to and fro with the students and with teachers and parents sometimes. But if we want to and upscale their comprehension, this is something that we have to do. But to make it easier for us, we have a criteria. If the work belongs categorized in beginning, developing, achieving, wherever it is. And you know what? After this, we get to know, it's a feedback for us. How do we want to, increase their comprehension? So when we take up novel studies, when we take up any library class, we know that this is the target we want to keep it. This is the area we want them to improve on. Yeah.
Okay.
Any other question?
Yeah. One last question, Shivani. And it says that kindly explain what type of rewards do you offer after the reading challenge? So another input they would like to, idea they would like to know.
Okay. So students who have winner is, of course, they get all three of them, all the three winners, first runner up and second runner up, they get the certificate for sure. First one, they get the trophy. Second and third position, they get medals. However, for the students who have completed the 8 books and they are in the prelims, we give them the certificate of participation. So that this is how we reward them. And also one more thing. So whenever we have huge assemblies, we make sure that we talk about the students participating in the reading challenge, and that's how we have grade assemblies as well as whole school assembly and program assembly. So that's when we appreciate those students in front of everyone.
Okay, Shivani, one last question Asma can ask you. And meanwhile, before you answer that question and Asma asks you the question, I just want to inform all the participants that the session might end because there is a time limit that we set. So I'm putting the feedback form in the chat box. I request you all to please fill up the feedback form, because without that, because we need to send you the certificates, and in the form we get your email address and all the information. So please fill up that, and after the feedback form, I will also post the registration links for Librarian as well as Library Matters India group. So if you are part of it, great. If you're not, please do it. And you can also, forward it to your friends and in your circle. Shivani, Asma is going to ask you the next question. Asma, over to you.
Thank you, ma'am. I just have a question that recently I had an activity in the library, like they have to design a cover page for the school library, school diary, sorry. But what we have
School?
here is school diary.
School diary. Okay. Oh.
Yes. And out of it, like few of them were shortlisted, and the last one are the 3 that have been shortlisted. But what I want to ask is, I have to give them the marks because there are almost 12 marks for the library activities throughout the year. But my point is
Marks.
like, yes, but my point is like there are some kids they're not good in art. Some have done extremely well. I am confused
Yeah.
how I'm going to mark them because it's
Um,
going to affect their final results.
Absolutely, absolutely. So what you can do is that, this, if knowing children that, they are not good in, some students who are not good in arts, we might want to, take out that, uh, the grading part. And I'm not so sure how it will work in your school. at least in library, in our library, we do not have marks. What we do, we have criteria. So criteria is, so instead of putting the grading, you can put this the metrics of beginning, achieving, developing, right? And you have the set criteria for those four different
Okay.
the matrix. You see,
Mhm.
so if it's beginning, that means the child is able to only simply talk about certain elements. But if it is achieving, then the child is able to talk about everything in detail with his or her opinion. So here we create the matrix of the rubric, sorry, not matrix, the rubric of the grades, right? And then that is how we evaluate the students' work. I'm not so sure with grading how it will do, because it
No,
makes sense, the child who is
sorry,
not.
sorry to interrupt, but we have like here, we do have state board, and we have 12 marks for the library, we have 12 marks for the art, we have 12 marks for the sports as well. How they like that is
Okay.
what it is.
Then ma'am, what you can do is you might change the activity. Instead of making the book cover, you
Mhm.
might want to take up something else, some different activity with them. Maybe, doing the book review or book retell. That can be one of your, and that
That,
also, you sorry.
yes, please.
Yeah. So changing the activity altogether, that can really help. It also give fair chance to students, because we want them to not, we want students to, showcase their creativity, their thinking, their critical thinking, not their
Mhm.
artistic skill. Not
Yes,
everyone is good at, but this is something that we want them to develop. So
exactly.
yeah.
Thank you so much.
I
Because I was
suggest,
like really
yeah,
sort
I
of
suggest if
confused, or I
you
was
have
feeling
that,
very bad for some kids.
Shivani,
yeah,
can
excuse me, Miss
Right.
Asma.
Yeah.
Here, I just want to give my inputs. If you have
Sure.
that kind of criteria in your state board, so you can do one thing, you can give choice to students. So make, three sort of, a task for your student, and on the basis of that, you can judge. In that way, every student will get their choice of, activity, and you can mark them easily.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that
think
is
that's a wonderful idea.
right.
Shivani, may I request you to turn off the sharing so that we can see all the participants on the screen?
Okay.
There you are. Thank you so much. I request everyone to quickly, before we end this session, and while you guys, some of them are filling the forms, request to please turn on your camera only for a few seconds so that we can take a nice picture. Thank you
We
so
have
much.
it till 6 o'clock, right? Amrita, we have it till 6.
Yeah,
I just need 1 minute. Yeah.
yeah. So can I just take a picture first because everybody's camera is
Yeah,
on?
yeah.
That is
Sure,
great.
sure.
Thank you so much, everyone. It's amazing. All right. Everybody, it would be great to show a thumbs up or maybe a victory or a heart, whatever. Good. And there we go. Perfect.
Yeah. I do want to, express my gratitude. I think I wanted to show the special thanks slide, because we are way short of time, so I'm just going to quickly take a minute. I do want to thank my school, my library team. I think because whatever I am today is because of something that we have been doing since years and years in collaboration with everyone, and my team has been a biggest support, you know, throughout. So yes, school and my library team. I do want to extend my gratitude to Librarian and Library Solution as well, giving me this opportunity to, just to talk about it to every one of you. 121 participate. I saw 144 and now it's 121. Nevertheless, it's like huge number. So thank you everyone, for coming and sharing the ideas. I could not take the fourth part, but I hopefully next time I'll keep it short and maybe, we think of something else. So thank you once more. Um, all of you.
Thank you once again, Shani, for the wonderful session. It was flooded with ideas, and I really wanted to take them down myself. But again, we have this amazing opportunity of having these recorded. So the best part is you don't only get the PPT, the access to the PPT participants, but actually get to hear everything she has said. So please ensure that you fill the feedback form so that we get your ID and we send you the recorded session link and you can access and go through this learning process again, once again. Thank you once to each and one here for joining in for such a big number and making, this whole process of library solutions, this excellence series worth it, because ultimately whatever we are sharing, if it's not been learned and implemented, no point. So thank you once again. And feedback form is right there. Please fill it up. It was a great session, Shivani. Super califragilistic, expedalidocious is what I will say for your session. And we are right here. I am Shivani. And it's the end of the session. If you are done filling the form, I would request that you may leave the session and wait for the next. That will be our 35th session out of the 54th series, 54 series session to talk for this library excellence talk series. So please ensure that you join, convey this to your other librarian friends so that they join and benefit most from this series. And thank you once again. Have a great evening. Have a great, wonderful Women's Day tomorrow. And we are here. If you have something to ask, you can go ahead and ask Shivani. Meanwhile, if you're done, rest of you can leave the meeting. And Shivani, is there anything else you want to say? You want to share?
No, I'm just waiting for any questions that's on my way. Whatever I have, I would really love to help. So, any
Thank you.
questions, I'm here till the end.
Yes, absolutely. You, I, and Anirudh are right here. While everyone is filling up the form and leaving the meeting one by one, we're right here. Thank you, everyone. Request to fill up the form and exit the meeting room, please. We're going to end the session in just another 2 to 3 minutes. We are 150.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Nice session, ma'am. Came to know how to engage children as well as parents. This is new topic. Engaging children is okay, but parents also participating in library during library class is nice.
Yeah, thank you and welcome, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
I think for the parents engagement, like we have done for the students engagement, we can also have it for the parents engagement. How can we involve the parents in getting into the library?
Yeah.
Something which. Thank you so much.
Welcome, ma'am.
Shivani, if you want, you can leave the meeting. I'll have to stay.
Okay.
There are many people
All right.
filling up, so you can exit the room. Thank you so much.
Okay, yeah.
Have a great evening.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Likewise, bye.